Alright, I've got Movie Captioner open. I'm going to go ahead and load a movie. I'll click up here in the upper left corner. Look for the movie that I want to upload. I've gone ahead and selected it. And now I need to go ahead and save it. So I have this available for future reference. So what I need to do is give this a name. I'm going to go ahead and type that in. And then once I've typed it in, I'm going to go ahead and save it. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is start playing the movie, and it'll run sound bites every 4 seconds, loop them back and forth over and over again while I type it in. And it just loops it back, it just keeps looping it until I click return. Once I've typed the 4-second soundbite, I'll click return and I'll move on to the next caption. So let's go ahead and click return. Alright, we clicked return and we're on to the next 4 seconds of soundbite. I'll go ahead and type that in, click return, and we'll do a few of these here. You'll notice that if I misspell a word, it'll show up in red in this little box here, so I know right away there's a spelling mistake. I could correct it here in that little box, or later on I could go ahead and correct it in the lines on the right. Okay, we've typed in a couple of captions, and I'm going to make some spelling changes here because I can see right away I've made a few mistakes here, so I'm going to go ahead and change them. But I found really the best thing to do is just go ahead and type out all the captions for your whole movie, and then later go back and use the spell checker to go through and correct your spellings that way. Otherwise, this takes just forever to do. All right then. Through the miracle of video editing, you can see that I've already gone ahead and put in the captions for our entire video. They came out to be about 2 minutes long. So let's go back to the beginning and take a look at our captions. I've corrected the spelling. It appears to be okay, but let's see what it looks like in a preview on QuickTime.
May is a special time in Austin, Texas. The weather's cool, students take a break, and St. Edward's University turns its lovely campus over to nobility. We teach people how to make the web accessible to folks with all sorts of disabilities. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to help you choose the courses you need. Interpreters are on hand to make the courses fully accessible to all. Our highly qualified instructors teach on every subject from basic web and document accessibility to captioning and audio description.
I think there's a way we can improve. Let's first change this from plain to bold. That looks better. And we go down here, we see we can change all captions. Let's do that. We'll make them all bold. We get the message that all captions have been reset to the current text settings. Now, anything else that needs changing? Are we done? No, we're not done. Here you see, I started another sentence here. Now, editing can take forever. There are cosmetic changes, and then there are changes that seem more appropriate. For example, here, let's go ahead and split this caption because we started a second sentence here. Let's split that. All right, then. Let's take a look at our editing and our captions and see how they look. First line looks fine. The second is okay, but there is a way to make it better. Let's go up here. See how there's only one word down here? It looks kind of awkward. Let's go up here. Click right in front of the. And what we're going to do is click on the keyboard on the key just below delete. We'll do the shift key and then that line key. And now you see how it appears. The weather is cool. The students are on break. This little line here, you won't see that in the captions. Let's see what else we've got. Let's go down to this next line. Wow, that's a long one. That's just a bit too awkward. Let's go ahead and we'll split this caption. Click right in front of we. We'll split it. That looks much better. And let's do one more. Let's take a look at this. We could leave this as it is. Let's see what happens when we merge it with the next line. And by the way, you'll need to click in this column when you merge. If you click anywhere else on that line, say when we click the split captions, you'll lose the caption and there's no undo. So let's go ahead and merge. And let's take a look at it now. All right, that's not bad. Let's do one more change here. And as I say, this is really cosmetic. It's up to your discretion. Well, let's make one more change here. At least one more, huh? We've got the time. We'll merge that with the next one. Let's take a look. Yeah, that looks okay. So we go on and on and on, making changes wherever we think it would appear better looking. So if you have, this project is 2 minutes long. If you had a project 10 minutes long or 30 minutes long and you were real concerned about cosmetics, this would take several hours. It would take me several hours. Let's take a preview in QuickTime and see what it looks like.
May is a special time in Austin, Texas. The weather's cool, students take a break, and St. Edward's University turns its lovely campus
Let me
over to
stop this for a moment. And again, it is aesthetics. Let's take a look at this. I think we can merge that with the one below it. Let's make this a little more cosmetically appealing. And let's just for fun, let's go ahead and split this again. We're going to put the cursor right in front of courses, and we'll click on the key just above the return key on your keyboard. There we go. That looks better. Let's take a look now and see what our captions look like. In fact, let's view the whole video. I didn't make all the cosmetic changes, but you could do that on your own.
May is a special time in Austin, Texas. The weather's cool, students take a break, and St. Edward's University turns its lovely campus over to nobility. We teach people how to make the web accessible to folks with all sorts of disabilities. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to help you choose the courses you need. Interpreters are on hand to make the courses fully accessible to all. Our highly qualified instructors teach on every subject, from basic web and document accessibility to captioning and audio descriptioning, to challenges for mobile applications and other advanced topics. Using labs, lectures, and practical demonstrations, we teach about the opportunities available, how to put your newfound knowledge to work. Instructors are drawn from the best and brightest accessible technology practitioners. Experts from legal, commercial, engineering, policy, and social networking backgrounds are available to you in small group learning environments. Our keynote talks will motivate and inspire you. They'll present the latest trends in technology research around web and mobile accessibility. See how the blind can compose music on a computer, and see how the deaf enjoy music. You will learn directly from people with disabilities. Panels of users with disabilities will tell you about the barriers they encounter and how to design accessible technology to remove those barriers. You'll see the hardware and software they use. You'll learn how to facilitate equal access to your content by everyone. And at the end of each day, we know how to have fun. We explore the local and entertainment scene for music, food, and more. So please join us for 3 days of learning, networking, and fun at AccessU in Austin, Texas.
Okay, we've got our captions all loaded up in here in our movie captioner software. Now we need to export various files depending on what format we need, what media we'll be using them with. So let's go up to export here. We can export YouTube captions, obviously for use with YouTube. By the way, we see subrip SRT files and YouTube captions, the very same file format. This was just YouTube files here. Captions option was just put in here as a matter of convenience. We're also going to export STL because that is the file format that I use in DVD Pro when I make caption DVDs. We'll also be exporting Flash, XML, and JW Player for use with web pages. Now, depending on the web page video player, your server's using will determine which format you'll use. And we're also going to export transcripts with timecode, just as a safety precaution to make sure we have all of our captions in a single file that we can access easily. But for now, this is all we need to do. Now we have our various file formats.